I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of not the performance in the way I boxed and stuff. There was a lot of mistakes made, but I'm proud of the heart I showed, the respect I gave the belt. The British belt brings out a lot in people. And there was a lot of massive fights for that belt before me.
Definitely do it tonight, that's for sure. So let Daniel go away and enjoy himself. And as I said, there's a rematch clause in the contract.
Looking forward to the rematch?
Yeah, well, if it happens, yeah. Bring it on.
Daniel Fabio Wardley has set his sights on Daniel Dubois once again, pushing for a second fight following a crushing defeat. He's made it clear that he wants another chance to face Dubois, believing the first bout didn't fully settle the score. After a grueling contest that sparked debate among fans, Wardley is eager to prove himself with adjustments and a stronger performance when they meet in the ring again in the near future.
And just running away from it, so we can run it back.
David Adela has revealed that a rematch provision is already included, and he expressed strong support for a second bout. He emphasized that the ongoing rivalry between Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley warrants another encounter. According to him, a follow-up fight could take place later this year, depending on Wardley's recovery, particularly the healing of his nose injury, potentially leading to a more definitive outcome when they meet again.
Do you have any interest in seeing that running back?
I want to see it. Run it back. Why not? End of the year, they're going to obviously wait for Wardley's nose to heal up. But yeah, run it back. See what's...
Frank Warren addressed the situation by noting that while a rematch option does exist, there is no firm commitment yet to make it happen right away. He indicated that the direction forward will largely depend on how events play out in the heavyweight division over the coming months, with several major bouts likely to influence the next move for Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley as their rivalry continues to evolve.
Well, there is a rematch clause, so we'll see what happens.
If they decide to pass it for now.
We'll see what pans out in the next few months with all these various heavyweight fights that are happening. And that'll determine
Don Charles drew a parallel to a past situation involving Anthony Joshua's rematch clause, noting that the decision to use it ultimately lies with the fighters and their respective teams. He advised against making any quick moves, emphasizing the need for patience at this stage. According to him, it's important for Daniel Dubois to take time to recover and fully process the victory, particularly after previously enduring a stoppage defeat before delivering such a determined and impressive showing.
Anthony Joshua had a rematch clause when he fought Daniel. That's up to them. If they want to exercise it, like I said, it's too premature. Let's go and digest this win. Let Daniel go and have some rest. Remember, that's him coming off the back of a loss, a stoppage loss, and to pull out that sort of performance.
Buddy McGirt described the bout as an intense and memorable clash, noting that the early knockdown had a major impact on how things unfolded. He explained that it pushed Wardley into focusing on landing a single powerful right hand rather than sticking to a more structured approach. He also commended the determination shown by both fighters, highlighting Wardley's character and resilience, and stated that the level of action and competitiveness in the fight makes a second meeting between them well-deserved.
Fight, I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that right hand. No jabs, no defense, no left hook. Sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be a...
Derek Chisora offered a sharp critique of Fabio Wardley's showing, stating that he appeared underprepared and drifted away from fundamental boxing principles. He pointed to the absence of an effective jab, limited movement, and a lack of discipline, emphasizing that Wardley leaned too much on heavy punches rather than a well-structured game plan. Chisora added that the display was far from what he has seen from Wardley during training sessions.
Fabio was not ready for boxing. He was no jab, nothing, looking for power shots. It's like he didn't train. He was busy commentating. Little bastard. He was supposed to fucking train in the gym. Dude, how many jabs did Fabio chuck? Less jabs. He didn't chuck no jabs. He didn't do anything.
Fraser Clark spoke highly of Daniel Dubois, portraying him as a relentless competitor. He noted that although the matchup may not have showcased refined heavyweight technique, it made up for it with intensity, action, and excitement. He emphasized the gritty nature of the battle, pointing out how Dubois responded after being knocked down by adjusting his approach, demonstrating development, resilience, and noticeable progress as he continues to grow in the division.
You're gonna come out fast there, but Daniel recovered well. He's learned. He's learned from his like knockdowns before. He's learned a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's doing well.
Dominic Engel described the bout as one of the most memorable he has witnessed, highlighting Fabio Wardley's durability and determination to keep going despite heavy damage. He also acknowledged Daniel Dubois's discipline, noting how he remained composed, followed his strategy, and made necessary adjustments as the fight wore on. Engel pointed to the constant momentum shifts throughout the contest, labeling it a standout example of a heavyweight showdown.
It's one of the best fights I've ever seen. One of the best fights. Fair play to Fabio Wardley. What a hard man he is. He didn't want to quit. His corner didn't pull him out. And Daniel Dubois kept his composure. He kept his composure, stuck to the plan. He started to get a bit tired himself. He realised that Wardley has still got something in the tank. He kept pulling it out of the bag. He looked dead on his feet. But
Daniel Dubois shared that the experience inside the ring served as an important reality check, pushing him to remain composed while dealing with intense pressure and unpredictable moments. He explained that situations like that demand a fighter to reach deep within themselves, confront difficult moments head-on, and overcome them. In doing so, he highlighted the level of mental toughness and resilience required to endure and succeed in a physically demanding heavyweight contest.
Slap just to wake up, stay in reality, it's not slip, I got to dig deep. And as a warrior, you have to dig deep because got to go to that dark place and come out.
David Adela noted that after being knocked down, Dubois avoided slipping back into past mistakes and instead maintained his composure, gradually gaining confidence as the rounds went on. He pointed out that the jab played a crucial role, repeatedly finding its target and throwing off Wardley's timing. Adela explained that this consistent control helped Dubois grow in belief, allowing him to wear his opponent down step by step over the course of the fight.
Old demons when he got dropped. But I think he started to think old demons when he started to think his things weren't working. But you know what was giving Daniel confidence? He kept landing a jab. Every time Wardley threw a right hand, Dubois would stick a jab and it would touch his target. That day was giving Dubois hope that, okay, then I can stand in front of my target and I can land with a jab. And he knew he was softening up Wardley with a jab as the round.
David Hay reflected on the contest as one of the most gripping heavyweight battles he has witnessed. He pointed to the non-stop exchange of momentum that kept spectators fully engaged from the opening bell to the final moments. He also emphasized the courage, resilience, and determination displayed by both Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley, describing it as the kind of intensity fans look for in a world-class heavyweight showdown. Hay further added that the drama and excitement were so high that the fight is the type of spectacle he could revisit repeatedly, labeling it a modern heavyweight classic.
I've never seen a heavyweight fight that captivating, that entertaining, round after round, backwards and forwards. The heart on these guys, the balls, the bravery. That's what you want to pay. That's what you want to. We hope every time we tune in for a heavyweight championship, you're getting that type of energy. They both gave everything they had. I could watch that.
Derek Chisora raised serious concerns about how punishing the fight had become, arguing that it should have been halted by the 10th round because of the heavy bleeding and sustained damage Fabio Wardley was enduring. He stressed how severe the punishment looked at that stage, insisting that fighter safety needed to come first. While the bout was widely praised for its grit and intensity, Chisora's remarks underline how quickly an entertaining slugfest can cross into dangerous territory inside the ring.
I was supposed to stop in round 10 because his nose was bleeding so badly.
What's next for them? I'm hearing a rematch clause. If not, who do you want to see him fight?
Nobody wants to see the...
Frank Warren said the bout turned out to be even more impressive than anticipated, delivering a standout display packed with shifting momentum, high drama, and non-stop action. He mentioned that he had advised fans to stay alert because of how unpredictable and explosive the matchup was, and in the end, it surpassed every expectation. Warren also commended both boxers for their toughness, particularly Daniel Dubois for rising from the canvas and continuing to fight under intense pressure. He described the experience as a privilege to witness, highlighting the heavy physical and emotional demands placed on both men in what he called a truly unforgettable heavyweight contest.
I said it, don't blink, it's going to be the most amazing few rounds. It was much better than that. It was just a phenomenal fight, phenomenal to watch, to witness and see these two guys, what they did bearing their soul and getting off from Daniel getting off the floor and canvas and coming back how he did. And it swung both ways to fight, and it was just
Don Charles delivered a strong message regarding Daniel Dubois, stating that his latest performance has permanently silenced any criticism of his courage or mindset. He brushed aside earlier doubts, arguing that Dubois has now proven his credentials on the biggest stage, highlighting his status as a two-time heavyweight champion under his coaching. Charles went on to say that this is only the start of his journey, suggesting that Dubois still has further development ahead as he continues to evolve, improve, and cement his place as a major contender in the heavyweight division.
Nobody could ever question this young man again. Yeah? All that quitting nonsense. Nobody will ever question him again.
Two-time heavyweight champion of the world under you.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
There's more to come. There's more to come. We were in there with a very dangerous fighter in the name of Fabio Wardley. He should be proud of himself.
Daniel Dubois looked back on the bout and described his opponent as a genuine warrior, admitting that the opening stages were filled with nerves and disorder before he eventually found his rhythm. He explained that the pressure felt even more intense because he was coming off a defeat, but he was able to steady himself and come through with the win thanks to his determination and mental strength. He also spoke about a key moment in the corner where he received a sharp reminder that helped reset his focus, allowing him to regroup, stay composed, and push through the difficult moments every fighter has to endure.
What a warrior he is, and came through that test. You know, coming off the back of a loss, I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the victory.
Aji Cable described the matchup as a grueling test for both fighters, calling it a dramatic and highly entertaining heavyweight clash that shifted momentum from one round to the next. He pointed out that each man was knocked down and had to recover, turning the bout into a chaotic but gripping spectacle for the audience. Cable admitted he didn't expect such a brutal level of back-and-forth action, saying it was remarkable how both boxers kept getting back up after being hurt. Overall, he praised the contest as an outstanding fight that produced constant excitement and intensity from start to finish.
It was very hard for two guys, but I think for the crowd was also a nice fight. Unbelievable. I like it.
Was you surprised about the heart that Daniel showed?
Yes, 100% I was surprised. But Daniel gave a good performance. He was in the first, and then the fourth round, I don't know. He was one down.
Second, sorry?
In the second round, he was down, and in the first round, he was down. And
first round and second round, yeah.
Crazy. But he come back.
Fraser Clark referred to Daniel Dubois as a true warrior, explaining that while the fight may not have been the most polished technical display in heavyweight boxing, it made up for it with relentless violence, chaos, and non-stop entertainment from beginning to end. He emphasized that the bout delivered exactly what fans were hoping for, a gritty, all-action war filled with constant pressure and intensity. Clark also commended both fighters for their resilience and fighting spirit, adding that the crowd energy and atmosphere were outstanding, with supporters fully locked in from start to finish during this brutal heavyweight clash.
Well done, Daniel Dubois. Fabio Wardley, absolute warrior. It wasn't the most skilled heavyweight fight I've ever seen, but it was just what the fans wanted to see. The fans wanted that. I mean, that was blood and guts, but well done, Daniel Dubois. Good fight.
Sam Jones described the fight as unbelievable, admitting that at moments he struggled to process what was unfolding due to the constant and dramatic shifts in momentum. He noted that Fabio Wardley came out strong early, scoring knockdowns, but Daniel Dubois showed impressive resilience, recovered well, and gradually took control by working behind his jab and staying composed. Jones gave credit to both men equally, highlighting their toughness and refusal to give in. He labeled the contest a genuine world title-level war, packed with endurance, power, and non-stop action going both ways.
It was just incredible. I couldn't believe what I was watching at times there. I mean, listen, it was all going wrong at the start, wasn't it? When Fabio put him down a couple of times, but Daniel showed the heart of a lion in there. got it together, got behind his jab, and really started busting Fabio up. And by the way, Fabio Wardley is one hard bastard. My God, what a hard man. So is Daniel Dubois. Two very, very tough, strong men going at it for the world heavyweight title.
Dave Coldwell expressed complete shock at the level of durability shown during the fight, saying he was amazed that Fabio Wardley remained upright despite absorbing heavy punishment and never once hitting the canvas. He commended Wardley's remarkable resilience, describing him as exceptionally tough and pointing out the extraordinary toughness he displayed from start to finish. Coldwell called the contest unreal, stressing the incredible grit and fighting spirit shown by both competitors. In his opinion, the bout was a clear display of elite-level toughness and determination from both men in a punishing heavyweight showdown.
What a fight! And what a chin! I can't believe, after all that, after all the punishment itself, Wardley's still never been down. Incredible chin. The man's built different. Unbelievable. And what performance from Dubois.
Dave Allen said Fabio Wardley appeared uneasy right from the opening bell, adding that he felt sympathy for him early on as he looked tense and unsettled under the pressure of the occasion. He went on to suggest that, in retrospect, Wardley may have benefited from taking a more forward, aggressive approach, particularly against someone like Daniel Dubois, who can be awkward, but becomes especially dangerous once he finds his timing and flow. Allen also spoke highly of Dubois, labeling him a top-tier fighter and describing him as something of a puzzle in the division, capable of appearing in trouble, but then rapidly shifting the fight with both power and calmness. He stressed that Dubois' ability to adjust and handle pressure makes him a uniquely difficult opponent for any heavyweight, reinforcing why he is so highly rated at the elite level.
I put him over, Dubois got back up. Dubois was nervous as anything. Felt bad for him in the first round, he was really jittery. Fabio probably really, looking back, I should have just jumped all over him, because Dubois, as great as Dubois is, and he's a fantastic fighter, on top, he's probably the best heavyweight in the world on top. You know, Usyk befuddled him, and you know he can get beat Dubois because he's a real enigma, to be honest. I'm a big fan of him, but he's there.
Stan Dubois spoke very positively about the display, calling it outstanding and saying Daniel Dubois demonstrated exactly what he is capable of under pressure. He stressed that Dubois stepped up when it counted, showing toughness, determination, and the ability to perform in a high-stakes situation. When asked about the instructions given between rounds in the corner, he explained that the message was straightforward and forceful, urging him to push forward and look for the finish. When attention turned to a possible rematch with Alexander Usyk, the stance was firm and immediate in dismissing the idea for the time being. The comments reflected strong confidence in Dubois' recent showing, while also indicating a careful approach, avoiding a rushed return into another elite-level contest so soon after such a physically draining battle.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. He showed what he was made of tonight, and he delivered. That's all I can say.
What were you saying to him in between rounds?
Knock him out.
Stan, before you go, do you want to see him fight Alexander Usyk again?
No, I want to see him fight this giant.
This heavyweight clash between Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley gave fans exactly what they hoped for and more. The fight was packed with knockdowns, shifting momentum, debated moments, and outstanding determination from both sides. From the tense opening rounds to the punishing exchanges in the later stages, every coach, analyst, and fighter seemed to agree on a single point. This went far beyond an ordinary bout. It was a clear statement performance. Dubois reaffirmed why he is regarded as one of the most dangerous names in the heavyweight division, while Wardley also came away with huge credit for his resilience and refusal to be broken. The big question now is whether a rematch happens next, or if Dubois instead turns his attention to even bigger challenges ahead.